they're like 16 cards or 7 cards. So you'll basically have three parties to make 30. 16 plus 7 plus 7 equals 30.
Okay.
So do you want to start and try to play it?
All right, cool.
I know you're not going to be able to discern which one you want, so I'll just pick a couple of them, and then we'll go through a game really quick.
Cool.
So this is a 16 card archetype. I'll go with like I have them separated by level of difficulty. So we'll just go with like the easier ones for now.
Okay.
Let's do this one. So that'll be.
You got how many archetypes so far?
Let's see. I don't know exactly how many, but I know I've got like, I think it's about 5 16 card archetypes, and then a total of, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 9 7 card archetypes. So yeah, I guess that's like 14 total. I think.
Nice. And these are African American type of hero classes, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So these are based off of the Tusk. What is it
Tuskegee
called?
Airmen.
Yeah, the Tuskegee Airmen. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And this is just like something I made up. I just call them Buffso.
Okay.
And this is based off of basically like black secret societies. There was one that was called the Society of Negroes from way back in the day.
Okay.
And that's what that's named after, where it's just like a secret society.
Okay. No boule, huh? Okay.
This one is based off of an African mythological creature called the Impundulu. It's
Impundulu.
a giant thunderbird that whenever it strikes lightning, it creates a egg where it left.
Nice.
And this one is just another one I made up, and this is also another African cryptid, I guess is what it's called.
Nice. Curse of the what?
Kangamato. So it's basically like a pterodactyl that it's like an African folklore, I guess. It's like a vampire sort of thing that comes and I guess kidnaps you or something like that. Yeah,
Chupacabra.
You can look it up.
Something like that.
So yeah, so there's just several different ones here. So we'll go with some of the easier ones. Let's go with these. Let's go with this. This one. So that's 2. And we'll go with this is 16. Oh, okay, I messed that one up. Yeah, this is 16. This one here. Let's do one more. This will go with. Yeah, I guess we'll go with this one here. Alright, so I'll put these in mine. And then take these ones. Basically, once you have them, shuffle them up.
Cool. All right, so this is 2 classes together or like 4? 3? Cool. 3v3, right?
Yeah, it'll always be 3.
Cool. Shuffle them up. All right, so what I got the Sun Operators, Sons of Negroes, what?
That's the Society of Negroes.
Society of Negroes,
These
okay.
call it SON.
Okay, SON, Infinity Doorway, and SON, okay. Smooth. Big Steppers, and the Palm Readers, okay.
Your back. Bring your back closer. So now for the mechas, we'll go with. So these ones I haven't really gotten. Like one of these is based off of the Mali Empire. Another one is based off of Black Wall Street.
Oh, nice.
So, but
Mali, Black Wall Street.
Yep. But then those ones are kind of like the more complicated ones, so I'll leave those ones out.
Okay.
We'll just go with the less complicated. But those ones are kind of like, they don't really have any theme. They're just kind of generically named. I just wanted to make sure that I had something to print out so that they could be used, you know? So guess I'll take this one and you can take the Outer Lords. This was based off of a previous version of it, so they're not.
Okay.
These are not black themed.
Okay.
Alright. So how you'll start, or how we'll start basically is, we first have to decide who's going first, and how we do that is by shuffling this mecha deck here.
Okay.
This one right here.
Okay. 10 card mecha extra deck, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Cool.
You shuffle that bad boy. And then you just flip it over.
Flip it over.
Alright, so yours has more influence than mine, so that's 3. This is 2.
3 versus 2.
So you would be player 2 basically.
Okay.
Your mecha deck is the one that we're going to be playing with. So it's kind of like an asynchronous game in the sense of you play slightly different than I do, or player 1 plays slightly different than player 2.
Okay.
The goal is still to get support in your support area, but how player 1 will be doing it is I'll be attacking the mecha deck, but you'll be trying to make sure that you have the most amount of influence, including this, on your field. And if you do at the end of your turn, you take one of these and put it into your support. So
Okay, like, and that's for the whole game, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
So that's for the whole game, and then it's best 2 out of 3, basically like you do.
And then do we flip roles the next time, or?
If you won, whoever won is player 2. So
Okay.
think of it as they're the ones that are now in control of the area. You know what I mean? So you're the one
Control of the mecha deck. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So like this is basically, think of it as locations. So
Cool.
you're the one that's in control of the locations right now, and then I'm trying to get to the point where I control it.
Cool.
So close up. And then this one was mine, right? Got yours over there.
Right.
So now we do.
So on player 2, I have control of the mecha extra deck,
Exactly.
and then every time I defend the locations.
No, so you'll see, it's every time that at the end of each turn, if you have more influence on the field than I do,
Okay. Yeah.
then you'll take that into
Okay.
your support. But you can also take other cards into your support based off of the cards that are. So I'll give you an example. So let's just show you, just to give an idea. And forgive me, these cards are kind of hard to see because the way that they print it out.
Yeah.
But they definitely won't be like that once the game actually comes out. So we'll show you some different types of cards basically. So these are the 3 types of cards, the 3 basic types of cards. So this one right here is an influencer. That's the main type of card that you're going to be using to win the game with.
Leader, aka influencer,
Yes.
or just the influence sign in the bottom left.
So any card that has influence is considered an influencer. So that's what that little symbol is at the bottom.
Cool.
Alright, so the next type of card is an instrument.
Instrument.
Yeah, so that basically is discerned by that little symbol at the bottom there.
Bottom right. Okay.
So that just means that it has instrumentality, and if it has instrumentality, it's an instrument.
Cool.
Now, if a card doesn't have either one of those,
Okay.
it's considered an idea.
Idea.
Yeah, so that's basically like a spell card. So as soon as you use it, it doesn't stay on the field, it just uses its effect and it goes away.
Cool.
But these ones, once you put them in play, they stay on the field because it has instrumentality or it has influence.
Cool.
Now a card can have influence and instrumentality at the same time. So, but you usually won't see that sort of thing.
Cool.
But this one right here also says that it's a leader, right?
Leader.
So, and you'll see that this says mecha, this says leader, but they kind of function the same way in the sense of once they're attacked and they're defeated in battle, then you take them and put them in your support area. So that's how you'll be your main way of trying to win the game, essentially.
Cool.
But not all influencers are leader cards.
Okay.
So a lot of them are, but a lot of them aren't. It just depends. Like I said, these are the more complicated ones, but so yeah, like these, for example, this guy, he's an influencer and an instrument, but he's not a leader.
Cool.
So yeah, that's basically all it is usually. So I'll explain effects really quick, and then we'll talk about battling. So the effects are pretty simple in the sense of they trigger at a certain point. So they'll tell you when they trigger. So this one right here says as soon as it's played,
Search.
you do something. And this one says as soon as it's played, play a thing. But other times, so like if it just says played, it'll say if it doesn't talk about specifically what is played, that means it's referring to itself. But if it says if something is played, for example, it'll tell you what that thing is. Yeah. So yeah, now each card has one effect and all that. So how battle works, this is like where the most unique part, I guess, of the game is how battle works. So let's say we got two influencers there, this one there. So let's say so these two cards right here, ignore the symbols there, the extra locked ones.
Okay.
So these two battles, this one would win because it has more influence over this. So this has 3 influence, this has 2 influence.
Okay, more influence wins.
Yep.
Okay.
But if these two battle, they have the same amount of influence.
Same influence.
So then you have to compare the type of influence with it.
Compare the type of influence.
So yeah, so first you look at their primary influence and compare the 2 primary influences, which is the one farthest to the left.
Okay.
So then it's like a rock, paper, scissors thing. So you'll see that scissors beats paper.
Okay, scissors beat paper.
So
Okay.
then that means that this one is stronger than this one, essentially.
Cool.
So yeah, that's
Scissors beats paper. Okay.
exactly. Yeah.
Cool.
So like the influence types are called motivation for that, control for the paper basically, and divergence for the scissors.
Okay.
And so another thing that's you'll notice on here is they all have these different colors, right? So you'll see this is a red one, this is a yellow, this is blue, and that's based off of their primary influence, which is the rock, the paper, and the scissors.
Okay.
So each one of these has a special kind of effect called an agenda. All influencers can do this essentially. If it has an agenda effect, that's something that will help you out during battle. So let's say, for example, if I was attacking this guy, and we both know that this is stronger than this. You can, and your hand is these cards. You can say that I'm going to be using an agenda from your hand, and you take it and you place it in the agenda area. I know I don't have a field to show you how it's supposed to lay it out right now, but you lay it down, and that's you saying that you're playing a secret agenda.
Okay.
And I can do, so I'm doing that, and then you could then do the same thing, and that would happen. And then what would occur is, as soon as you're going to resolve the battle itself, you will flip these over, and then that's when these effects will be applied that are written here in these boxes.
Okay.
So the effects kind of work in a rock, paper, scissors way. So for example, and there's always going to be just a certain 3 of them to match the rock, paper, scissors theme.
Okay.
So for the motivation agenda, it's always just going to be that influencers gain influence, that the influencer in the battle that you're using gains 3 influence. And for the control agenda is the opposing influencer has its influence amount reduced to and capped at its primary influence. So you can see that even though I increase it, I increase amounts or increase an influencer by a certain amount, this is going to reduce it down to 1 and freeze it there.
Okay.
So you can see that paper beats rock in that way.
Okay.
And then for this agenda is, it makes it so its influence can't be changed at all. And so, which means it negates this basically, and it also changes the influence to the one that's superior to the other one. So let's say if these two are battling and you're about to lose, but you use this agenda, you would be changing this to rock instead. So that means that's what that agenda does basically.
Okay.
So these are meant to help you during battle essentially.
Okay.
That's how all of that works.
Cool.
Alright, so let me put all these back. And yep. Alright, so now we have generally enough information to play, I think. Alright, so we'll shuffle up the decks.
Shuffle up.
Yeah, I know it'll make more sense as it comes out. So
cool.
Imagine you have a field here, you have a discard pile here, and then your support area goes into the back, but you can put it wherever you want.
Cool.
saw the basic fields.
Yeah, let me see if I can actually sit down. Let's see. Man, that'll work good enough. All right.
Alright, so how we start is you'll draw 8 cards.
Eight cards.
And then you look at them and you take 4 of them and put them on the bottom of the deck. So it's kind of like a mulligan kind of thing.
Okay.
But so I know you're not going to know in general, which ones that you want to keep. But I would try to say keep the
high influence.
High influence, yeah, but also varying influence, so different colors essentially.
Cool.
So try to keep those too. As you remember, you're going to want to use agendas to keep those in your hand.
The colors have something to do with the symbols as well?
Yeah, the color. So red means rock, blue means paper, scissors means yellow.
Gotcha.
So that's just another visual way of telling you what the difference between them basically. And yep, so.
And resources, what are resources?
Okay, so at the beginning of player 1's turn, we both set our resources to the amount of influence that is on the site, which is the face-up card on top of this here.
So 3 right now.
Yep. So so both of us will have 3 resources for our turn. And
Okay.
resources are like the mana that you use to play cards.
Cool. All right, so put these on bottom deck?
Yep.
Okay.
And so I'm player 1, so I'll go first and I just draw. So remember, my goal is so currently you have more influence than me on the field, including this. So if I end my turn with less than 3,
I've got 3. You've got none.
exactly.
Okay.
So if I end my turn with less than 3, then you'll take this and put it in your support.
Okay. Cool.
So I have to try to collect that or play some to prevent that. So I'm gonna use my first influence to play this. It says as soon as it's played, an adjacent influencer, or this loses, so as soon as an adjacent influencer is played, this loses 1 base influence to take the site. So I'm gonna play this thing. Also Cuzzo. So as soon as an adjacent influencer is played, this loses 1, so now this is at 1 instead of 2. And then I'll take this, put that here.
Because you've got 3?
Nope, because this is what its effect is.
Okay, what's it say again?
So this loses 1 base influence to take the site.
Okay.
So all it does is just take it and it puts it there. So now I've got 3 of my support.
So, and now you've got 3 on the field.
Yes, I have 3 on the field and you have 3 on yours. So.
Okay, so now my turn.
So I still got 2 more resources left. So
You still have 2 more resources left.
yep, because I only used. Oh, I'm sorry. I have 1 resource left because I played 1 and played another one. So
Okay, like 3 actions or?
exactly. Yeah, resources are like actions.
Okay. Probably how to call it actions. Yeah.
So it's basically a resource that, because you can gain an action too. So if you call it a resource or an action, it's kind of the same thing. You're taking actions, but you use resources to take actions.
All right.
So we call them action points. That's the same thing essentially.
Right. So again, you played 1.
Yep. And then I played this one, and then that triggered an effect.
Okay. We both start with 3,
Exactly.
but I've got 3 on board.
So resources and influence are different.
Okay, resources and influence. So I've got 3 influence by being the first player.
Yes.
Because I have the base.
You have the control of the site, yeah.
Okay, and then we both get 3 because 3 are out there.
We both get 3 resources because that's what the site is currently. So it's basically, think of it as like we're in this space, and it's allowing us to use that much resources, I suppose.
Cool.
Because that's how much influence this place has, essentially.
Man, I mean, and you really think resources is better than actions, though?
I mean, we could call it action points if you think it's...
For the sake of this video, let's call it actions.
That's fine.
All right.
So, I still got one left, but I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to pass my turn.
Okay, cool. So, top of the turn, draw a card. Oh man, were we supposed to draw back up to 8 after we discarded 4? Okay, no.
Just keep drawing for 1 every turn. But since I have 3 and you have 3, nothing happens because you don't have more influence than me.
Okay.
So that just stays there.
Okay, so once this is down, so I mean, once you've taken control of that, is that still on the field or is it like face down? Or?
It's basically in my support. You know, but it's not on the field anymore. Because the field is considered this area plus this. So this is just in my support.
So you can still do things with it?
Nope. No, I can't do anything with it.
When I turn it face down?
Because it indicates to you how much influence I have. Like I basically have 3 and you have none in your support right now.
Okay.
So like the goal is to have the most in your support.
Yeah.
So you can see it, and plus sometimes maybe they might have an effect that it happens.
Okay.
So like for instance, this technically, so I just realized that this says as soon as this resolves in the support area, all influences on the field that are not adjacent to an instrument lose 1 influence. So these lost 1 influence because they're not adjacent to any instrument. So this dies because it no longer has 1.
Okay.
And then this is at 1. So then you should take this and put this in your support now.
In game, you would have tokens or whatnot to indicate like -1. Okay, cool.
So you would take that. So now you have 3 in your support, and now this is 2, but you still have 3 resources to use because we set that at the beginning of my turn.
Cool.
But this thing has an effect, so when that resolves in a support area, something happens.
Resolves the support area. A target card in play loses its effects. All right, I'll drop this 3 paper.
Yep, so that's
played any opposing card. Played any opposing card. This loses 2 influence to equip that card to this.
Yeah, and all of those effects are optional, by the way, so you don't have to use it if you don't want. But that's what it would do if you want to use that.
All right. Played, this becomes a copy of another influencer in the field area, a agenda area or discard area until end of turn. So I guess I got 6 total blue now.
Yep.
Okay, 6 blue now. And then just to keep cards in hand, I could just not play my 3rd action, or?
Yeah. You could also attack. You could attack this dude and get rid of it. But you can't attack this because that's your own stuff. You can't attack your own thing.
Now you could have instants in hand, right?
No. Well, I could have an agenda. Yeah.
Because you don't have action points to.
Well, yeah. So the agendas don't use like.
They're just free trips.
Yeah. There's
okay.
The only thing that uses an action is, playing a card and attacking.
Okay. So I'll swing with this 3 blue. So tap it or does it need to be tapped?
Nope. No tapping.
Okay. So swing with that 3 blue.
So he's at 1, that's at 3.
Yeah.
So I'm going to think if I want to use an agenda or not. And I'm going to say no and just let that die. Right.
Okay, and then this one just lives, okay.
Yep, he just lives.
Okay, so that was 1, 2, 3, I'm done.
Alright, so that goes back to how it was before since it only happens to the
1,
turn.
yep.
So that's now a 1. And since you have a total of 6 influence on the field, including this, I have 0. So you could take this and put that in your support area.
Okay.
Yep. And then, so now that has an effect, right?
Resolves in support area. A target card in play loses its effects. I'll go with that one.
Okay, yeah, it's optional too. You don't have
okay,
to.
cool.
Right, so ending your turn. I'm going to start my turn. Draw. So I'm going to, so we're setting the resources now to 2.
2.
This is 2.
So 2 resources now.
So I have 2, you have 2, or 2 action points.
Cool.
And so I'm going to play is an idea. So I'm gonna play Vic and back left sub. And it says play an influencer from any discard pile. So I'm gonna play this. So he comes back. And so that's 2. Play this here. So it's another copy of this basically. Play this one from here. So those just come back. And so now I'm at 0, so I can't attack or anything like that. So we'll just end my turn.
Oh.
So I've got 4, and then you've got 6. So you take this and put that in yours.
That's only a 4 now. Well, I mean that's only a 1 right now, right?
Yeah, this is 4. It includes this too.
Oh, okay, because I own it right now.
Yeah.
Man, it's kind of hard to come from first player to win, like, right?
So there is like there's a desecration effect. So like while this is the site, I can use whoever's the player that's in second place, whoever has the least amount. I can use that to come back if I wanted. There's 3 desecration effects, and you can only use each of them once per game.
Okay.
So it's basically, you know how the regular influencers, they have an agenda effect, but these guys, they have the desecration effect because they're not the same as these. But they are influencers, but they're just different, the method decks are different.
Gotcha. Okay, I was thinking you were saying mecha like giant mix, but you're saying mecha like religion or something.
Yeah,
hey,
like
okay.
Place of significance.
Okay, gotcha. Make a lot more sense now. Okay. Giant mecha cities or something. That's what you talking about. What are you talking about, man?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So they can't attack, but they can be attacked. But if they were mecha cities, then yeah, maybe they could attack. That'd be kind of
crazy. Thunder drones. What you call that on Ninja Turtles? Thunder drones or something. All right. I got 3 money, 3 action points.
2, because remember this.
2. All right. All right. Spin 1, draw 2.
Yep. Yeah, the discard pile is above it or around it. It doesn't really matter.
Okay. Now I haven't seen any agenda like face down agendas. Why is that?
Face down agendas, or what do you mean?
Face down like traps. I haven't seen any so far.
Oh yeah, there are no traps or anything like that.
Oh, I thought you said there were traps. Okay.
Yeah, so like agendas are kind of like traps in the sense of like when you attack, I can put down an agenda, and then you can then choose to not attack me because I'm playing an agenda, and that would kind of like fake you out in a sense. Because like if you know that I have an agenda that can beat your card, you may not want to attack and go through with your attack. You may cancel it.
Okay. These are agendas, right?
No. So the agendas are these things here. So basically, influencers, you would take them and you would put them in there.
Okay. And then upon reveal, you'll read that effect.
Uh-huh.
Okay. We haven't done that yet. Why not?
I haven't done that yet because I haven't. I just chose not to.
Okay. Cool. So if I don't have another agenda in hand, then of course I couldn't be able to respond or whatever.
Well, you could. So here's the thing. So if you can actually use agendas from the field too. So like, let's say you are attacking with this one against this one, I could use this agenda and just place that here, but you would know what it is. You would know that that's the agenda. If I choose to use a secret agenda, I can place any card here, and then if it has an agenda effect, it'll resolve. But if it doesn't, it gets exiled.
Can you go back and forth with agendas?
Only one agenda per person.
Okay.
But
per combat or whatnot. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah. So if I put that there, and it's not an agenda, like say it was this card, when I flipped it up, this would just get exiled. Nothing happens basically. But you lose that card. So you're probably wondering why would you put it there if it does nothing? It's to bluff and make me think that you do have something, so that I wouldn't attack. I wouldn't go through it and attack. So that's the idea of that.
Okay. play this right here. Make this a copy of that until end turn.
Alright.
And that was one, right? One of two? No. I drew, so that's two. All right. So now we go to counting up.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So,
do we just skip the combat, or how does that go?
So combat it takes an action to go into.
Combat takes an action to do that. Okay. So yeah, so I'll just be like, okay, I've got more on field than you, so I should
So now you would take this and put that there. So yeah, and then the game
resolves in the support area. A target card in play loses its effects.
Alright, so you want to use that or?
Do I have to use it now? Can I use it later or?
No, you have to use it right when it happens. So
okay, let's take these two out. No, I'll just go that one.
Alright. So now I'm gonna start my turn.
Okay.
And now, so this has 5. So now we both have 5.
5. Okay.
Alright, what does this guy do again? Wait. This is the side. The turn player must draw 1. Okay.
Like in the official game, of course, like you would have these face down. And
yeah, we could do it like that.
Yeah,
I was thinking that it should probably be like that, but it is easier to control when you have it like this. But like, yeah, you can see what's coming next sometimes. So yeah, technically it should be like this.
Cool.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play this dude right here, and then his effect activates that says he gets to lose 1 base influence to take the site. So he's now at 1, and then I'll take this.
Oh man, I should have read that better.
And that flips up. So now I have that activates, or no effect activates then.
Okay, cool.
Yep. So
All right.
that's there. And then so I still have 4 left. So I'll enter battle, declare an attack against that.
Okay.
So he's at 1 and he's at 1, but rock meets scissors.
Okay.
So you want to use an agenda?
Agenda's okay.
So you could use 1 from the field.
But then once you use it, then you're giving up the power of having a creature on the field, right?
Yep. So what will happen is, so if you use an agenda, the card stays there forever until it stays in that area until you have an effect that like gets rid of it or something like that.
Okay.
But every time an agenda is being used in a battle, the loser of that battle gets to draw a card.
Okay.
So no matter whose agenda it is, the loser of a battle that an agenda is used, they get to draw a card.
Okay.
So you may want to...
Okay, let's see what this one does. Okay, agenda. Your influencer's influence amount can't be reduced and its primary influence becomes the one superior to your opponent's.
Yep.
So what if we're both evenly matched, then what happens?
So it becomes the one superior, so...
Oh, okay, so I can be the superior, okay.
You beat it, yeah.
Alright, so then you'll just draw a card, but I'll
Right.
maintain board presence or whatnot.
Exactly,
Alright.
yeah.
Alright, so I'll do that.
So you're going to use that as the agenda. Alright, so that would... Alright, so I'm going to use an agenda also.
Turning this one into a paper.
Yeah, so I'm going to use this secret agenda. So since I'm attacking, you can't cancel the attack, but this is now secret or whatever. I'm putting that there. And now the battle resolves basically.
Okay.
So I'll put this up. And so that becomes a motivation. So he increases his by 3.
Nice.
So now he's at 4, he's at 4. So that would beat that. That would die.
Okay.
And then you draw a card.
Because I played an agenda. Because I lost with the agenda.
Because you
Okay.
lost in it. Yeah.
Right.
So I still have 3 resources left.
Because you gained some because you gained some resources somewhere?
Because we start with 5 because of this guy.
Okay,
Yeah, there's only 1 of him in the deck. So
Okay.
usually all these mechas will only have 1 5 cost. They'll mostly be 3. So I'm going to declare an attack against this dude here with this, and I'm going to use the agenda.
Okay.
So you can choose to not use the agenda effect if you want, or you can replace this by discarding that and putting a newer card from your hands in there.
Okay. Okay, so you're gonna add 3 with this one, right?
Exactly. Yep.
Okay, how can I get rid of this this agenda?
You can get rid of it by like a card effect or something like that. Otherwise, it just stays there. But you could also like force me to get rid of it if you put the better one there, which is a blue one, because that's a paper one, right?
Okay, bouncing is back to hand, right?
Exactly. Yep. Yeah, I'm using keywords that people are familiar with Yu-Gi-Oh. They know those types of things. So spin, bounce, all that.
Okay. Yo, I don't too much see no way to get rid of that, man. That's crazy.
If you had a blue one, you could replace it, or if you don't have a blue one, you could bluff and say that you don't by getting rid of this one, putting a secret one there, and then that may cause me to cancel my attack. But I'm not gonna do that. But
Okay. All right. And you're just using the agenda. That's one of your action points, right?
Nope. No, using the agenda doesn't cost an action.
Okay. So you're swinging with something, huh?
Yeah.
Which one?
I'm swinging with this guy. So that costs an action. But if I did cancel my attack, I wouldn't get the action back.
Okay. And you're swinging on this one.
Yep. So you can't use that agenda since he's involved in the battle.
Yep. It has 5. Yeah, I think I'm SOL right now. Yeah, I think I'm pretty SOL right now, so I could use this.
You could, yeah. And that would make it superior, but I still would have
5, yeah, 5 versus my 3. Yeah, I think I'm SOL because, alright, I guess all I could do is that right there.
Alright. So I'm going to still go through with the attack, so you can go ahead and flip it over.
Okay, yeah, I mean, bluff. Alright.
Alright, so now that would just get exiled. So exiled is like banished?
Yeah.
Alright, so that dies.
Oh, man, come on, man.
But you're still technically in the lead. I think we got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 to my 8.
Okay, are there any cards that make people have to discard their hand and draw a new hand?
Yeah, there are cards. You actually have the palm readers. They do stuff with the hand, basically.
Okay, nice.
Symbolic stuff.
Okay.
Oh yeah, but you do get to draw a card since you lost the battle in the agenda resource.
Okay.
Alright. So now I have 2 resources left, I believe. So I'm gonna attack this guy. And you can use an agenda here too if you want.
Okay.
Since you're in control of this. Let me see what this does.
Okay, so that's 3 action points.
So yes, 3 influence.
Yep.
Do you want to use an agenda?
Opposing influence has influence amount reduced to increase. No.
Alright. So we'll just let's take him and get the draw.
Okay.
Since I use an agenda for that. And that gets flipped over. So I got 1 left, 1 resource left, or 1 action point left. And will attack again. This here, but I'll use him to attack. So that's going to be 4.
You've still got influence left from one of those big 5 turns or something.
That's 1 resource left, yeah.
Okay.
You will have 5 too, by the way.
We gotta get some counters going or something.
Yeah. Some dice would be good.
Yeah.
So, so I'm gonna attack this. And they're both at 4, technically, because of the this thing. But do you want to use an agenda?
Nope.
Alright, so I'll just take that. So now I have no more resources left. Now it's your turn.
Okay.
You get to draw a card again.
Draw a card, okay.
And then you draw another for a turn. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Because I lost the battle.
Yeah.
Okay. You've been doing that too, right?
I haven't lost the battle while agenda was used. So no, I haven't.
Okay.
But yeah, you got a lot of cards and you have 5 resources.
Okay.
The game ends when this thing is empty.
Okay. Okay. Gain 2 resources.
Alright. So basically in 1 because you played 1 to use it. So it's kind of like draw 2. So now you got 6.
6.
Yeah, normally I would have some dice and stuff like that.
Yeah, let me influencing. Okay, so you got 0, I got 6. Alright, that's 6. 6 influences, okay. Oh, this is all my stuff. Right. Did I pick up the right thing? Sure I did. Yeah. Alright, so I think I've just played this, right? Gain 2 influences. Yeah. Gain 2 influences. Okay, so that's, I spend 1 for that, so
exactly. So that puts you
that's
at 6.
7.
No, so you're at 6 since you had 5. You spent 1 to use that, so that puts you at 6. Yeah.
Okay, I'm tripping. Okay, 6. 6. Okay. Okay, so I'll bounce that 2 influence.
Okay, opposing influencer bounce in this. Okay, so you're bouncing this?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that takes in.
Takes 1 action, yeah.
Okay.
So that puts you at 5. Oh, this goes to your hand. So it bounces itself and the card.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a Neospatial Grand Mode.
Okay. Do that again.
Yeah.
I'll get that. You can't get that one, right? Because that's an agenda.
Does it say an opposing influencer? Oh, yeah, I didn't actually write that. I'll say that, yeah, you can if you want.
No, let's get rid of that then. Yeah.
And it goes back to your hand, so you spend another one.
Yeah, I did it before, I think. Yep. 3. Two.
That card is pretty powerful.
Yeah. Motivational is what? The wave? Or?
That's the rock.
Okay, Black Power Fist.
Fist.
Okay.
So a motivational influencer is any card that has the rock as their primary influence.
Fish, yeah. All right. Play this guy right here. 1/1 paper, which says opposing cards can't attack during the turn they played. They're slow. All right. If So when this guy gets defeated, any of your cards by an opponent's card, your opponent discards a random card from their hand.
Okay.
Cool.
So that was your last one.
Yo. Last take support.
So then that goes to your support.
Okay, and then I mean, you don't think you should have to attack the site too?
Well, so the thing is, since you control it,
Yeah,
I thought it really didn't like make sense for you to have to attack it.
Yeah.
But so it used to be like that originally when I was first building the game. But like I wanted to make it more thematic, so what's going on. So like I made it slightly asynchronous. I could end up going back to that, but I would have to change thematically like what the game represents essentially.
Yeah.
That goes there.
No, first play. Oh no.
Alright, so 4. So I'm gonna start my turn. So I got 4 resources. So to end the game, really, I just have to take that, right?
Should they be secret, you think, or well, I mean, I guess it's open knowledge. I guess
What?
the amount of influence you have scored so far.
Yeah, it's open knowledge. Yeah. But I mean, so yeah, because like you would just remember. Otherwise, like if it wasn't secret, or if it was secret rather, then it would just force people to have to remember what happened. And I don't really think that's like a good thing to do, because like why would I force you to remember when we already had that knowledge there? I think that would be bad. You know what I mean?
So I just played a game like that yesterday where you had to remember. Well, I mean, like it was hidden information, but dang. But I mean, different type of game. But
yeah, different type of game. So yeah, I'll just play this, and he has an effect that says play another influencer from my hand. So I'll play this, I guess. And I will. So he's a leader.
okay, so what's leader mean again?
So that means basically if I attack it and kill it, it goes here.
Okay.
So I'm going to.
They can't attack during the turn they're played.
Oh yeah, that's right. Right.
Yeah, I guess you'd have to bounce this guy or something. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I guess I have to make sure you have. All right, I guess I'll just end my turn. So you have 4 plus 1 plus 2, so that's 6. So yeah, that's 3. So yeah, you take that.
All right, so that just puts me slightly ahead of the game right there.
Does it?
Yeah, I got 6, 10, 12, 16 versus your 15, right?
4, 6. Yeah, 15. Nice. All right, yeah, looks like you win.
16, 15. GG, good game.
Good game. Yeah. So what do you think?
Man, I liked it.
Well, I should say, what are your criticisms? That's what I'm most interested in.
Well, of course, like, you know, make a little player reference card. Of course, get the little chits or whatever. Make everybody know you got this many actions.
Yeah.
And yeah, the thing about the resources, that's throwing me off. Like,
It is slightly confusing, huh?
yeah. I mean, like, you know, it is resources, but like, you know, the fact that it's on the card is like.
Yeah, the fact that it applies directly to the resources, and it doesn't like give you any kind of indication. I guess I could explain more thematically as to why that happens. I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe that will make it.
Why you
sense.
stuck on resources? The name resources.
Yeah, I'm not stuck on it. It could change.
I prefer action points.
Yeah, action points does make is more literal, and people understand what that means. So you're right, but I thought that resources would be more thematic to what it is, because the place is giving you resources to be able to use. But yeah, I can see myself going
Well,
back
I mean, you could go. Should I cut camera and get to the nitty gritty or keep it on?
Oh, it doesn't matter. Whichever one.
Okay, man, I mean, I see you going for the black thematics or whatnot.
Yeah.
Do you worry that might like lessen the appeal, the broad appeal maybe?
No, because like, I mean, if you think about it, there are a lot of people or a lot of games that have like strong Asian influence and whatnot.
But they hate on black people for some reason though.
Yeah, so it's just like, I think of it as like, I mean,
Every time it's something black, it's just Egyptian. It's never another type of African or something like.
And I don't really appreciate that sort of thing. So like, I feel like it takes people to be able to push that forward and get people out of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's real.
And
I mean, have you seen Factions Battlegrounds out here?
Factions Battlegrounds?
They're over here. They're big on pushing the black, the real multicultural thing too. But yeah.
Can you write that down for me, please? Factions Battleground?
They're like right over there somewhere. Factions Battlegrounds. Yeah.
Okay. What kind of game is it? Is it like a CCG? Or?
It's like a Warhammer grid type of thing. Yep. Tactical card combat game.
They don't have. Is it miniatures?
They got the cards as the miniatures, pretty much. Yeah.
That's better.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
And they got the.
Yeah. So I'm not worried about the people like, oh, it's black, so I'm not gonna play it. It's like, okay, I mean, well, just be racist then.
Yeah.
That's how it is.
I like that. But yeah. I saw like game over there too, like Voodoo something. It had black people, but no.
What did you think about the agendas? Was that confusing? What do you think it was? Do you think it was unnecessary?
The agendas, just like as long as you got a good player reference card, right, front and back or something, maybe even one or two, that's really describe it. But I think it all made sense. You can only have one of them out there. You can play them in response. You can sack one. Then, like, if you just list out what everything does, like if you lose the battle, you draw a card.
Yeah.
That's good. I liked it. Pretty original, mixing up some games. I like it.
So your content, you do, you're primarily like stores, and you handle. You're like a vendor, right? Or do you have your own store? Or?
Oh no, shoot, I just play games, whatever. I make some games or whatever, just trying to get enough out of it. I mean, just get enough progress in one to put one out. But yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, I haven't looked at your videos yet, but
okay.
It seemed like you were based off of like a lot of like you had like, I know you had like a flips channel too, right?
Yeah, like I got an eBay store. I just sell a lot of stuff, so yeah. I get tired of a game, I might sell it, Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so you just play games on yours.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about switching my content slightly, gearing it towards like the business of tabletop games, so people that are not towards people that play, but more towards people that are business or in the business of tabletop games of some sort. But I know that's like probably gonna cut into the amount of viewership that I'd have.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see.
But yeah, I appreciate you for playing the game, man.
Oh yeah, appreciate you having me. Again, that is Clout Commander. Good Carrington.
Appreciate you.
All right. Later, Gators.